The ghetto. The ghetto. The ghetto. Are you alright?
Yeah. She ever.
Yes.
Hi
guys.
Hello.
How y'all
Welcome
doing?
back
Welcome back.
to episode 2.
Period.
We did it.
How
And
y'all
we
doing?
launched on social media.
I know,
Yeah, we
right?
did.
Got her Instagram.
Have you followed us yet?
I hope so, because at this point,
Have you followed us
what
yet?
are you doing? What are you doing if you haven't?
Everything was down below. Go ahead.
Everything.
Just
And
do
it's
it.
lit.
What are you waiting for?
We're having a great time. And support
on.
people.
Come
Listen,
on.
support fellow creatives, especially black creatives, especially black women.
Please, black women.
So,
Come on.
come
Like,
Thank you
on.
very much.
Just
What you
it's
waiting for at
just,
this
it's
point?
just one button. Just press the button. It's not hard. Promise.
Thank you.
Exactly. Well, before we start, I would just like to say that I came on to this call with my friends, and I was fresh faced, ready to go. I come on now this week. Remember last week, right? When Sakaéla had an issue with how we presented ourselves. So this week I thought, I'm gonna come fresh faced, not looking 100%, just looking cool. And I come on, and both these girls are slaying, like looking amazing.
I don't understand how it was.
Let me correct myself. Chakara was slaying. Sakaéla
Thank
looked
you.
great, as she usually does. But then this girl says, "Oh, let me beat my face. Put on eyebrows, lip gloss."
That's that beat
everything.
face. Because I just put
So
on
now-
my eyebrows.
First of all-
and some lip gloss.
Because of the pressures of society, I decided to put on makeup, and now I have on makeup on a Sunday, and it's self-care Sunday. Anyway,
Nobody
that's all.
forced you to do that.
None of that was true. First of all, I just got out of the shower. I washed my hair
Looking
and that's it.
fly as hell.
And all I did was put
Period.
on some lipstick because we're supposed to be looking presentable, and I just threw on this little,
Crop topping,
you know. So I was like, let me put some lipstick on so I look like I
lips
made an
popping.
effort. I come into the call
The
and
hair.
these two are wearing all black, and I'm like, why didn't nobody tell me that we had a dress code? Like, I was about to go upstairs and change.
And
Damn.
Sakaéla changed because she didn't want to match me. But anyway,
Hey, it's actually like we had this conversation before. She's so dramatic. I changed because I was hot.
I'm not dramatic.
How do I know?
We
How the
discussed
clothing
this.
layers because it was cold outside, so I changed. Not because y'all wearing black, because I wanted to be cool.
The lies, the lies.
Anyway,
Anyway, this is a look into our friendship. This is how it always is every single time. Anyway, anyway, yeah, okay. I feel like I've pissed everybody off now, but it's alright. They'll get over it.
Why are you like this?
I don't know. Anyway, welcome back to another episode of Who Makes the Rules. It's gonna be lit today, as usual.
as
Because we
usual.
the vibe. This week I am introducing our segment We Love to See It, where we highlight people like you doing dope things, killing the game, being creative, entrepreneurs, just so many things that you guys bring. Every day I go on social media and I'm like, yo, you
love to
guys
see
are
that.
fly. Like, we really love to see it. So, ladies, what have you loved to see this week? Who's been doing it?
Listen, I came here to tell you about this orchestra that I love to see, but last week I talked about Satori Notes. Shout out to
I'm
China.
rocking my bracelet now.
And I was checking my email, and she sent this email that just like threw me off, and I was like, I know that we love to see you last week, China, but I still love to see you. So I'm just gonna read you this email because, ma'am. So it starts with this quote: "Some women fear the fire, others simply become it," by R.H. Sandy. International Women's Day is fast approaching, and before you receive a shit ton of emails on this subject, I wanted to check in. We're already 3 months into 2021, and to be frank, we're slaying shit. And by we, I mean you, because you are. Yeah, you are slaying shit. Even if you don't feel like you are, or you don't think you've done enough to deserve accolades, I'm here to give you your damn roses. I love her. You have survived 100% of every shitty moment you've encountered, and you're still going, still pushing, still evolving. And for that, I commend you. There are days you wake up and you get shit done with ease, grace, and a touch of kick-ass. Then there are days you wake up and you don't. That is fine. Seriously. What matters is that every day you are a world-conquering, fearless babe, a powerhouse, a force. Don't ever forget that. It's easy to feel like you should be doing more, hustling harder, earning more, spending or saving more, traveling more, working out more. I could go on for days. But it's super important to remember everyone's journey is different. Live your truth and trust your process. Know your worth. Remember your why. See what we did there? Helena?
Yes, I see
Stand
it.
in your power. Keep shining. You deserve to be celebrated. We're wishing you a happy International Women's Day, babe. You are really fucking loved, Sakaéla, and deeply appreciated. Thank you for being a part of this sisterhood. Without you, it just wouldn't be the same. XOXO, your good sis, China of Satori Notes Jewelry. I love her.
That is so nice.
That's so nice.
I
That was
love her
very-
so much.
So encouraging.
Oh my
That's important.
gosh.
Wow.
Shout out to
China times
you,
two.
China of Satori Notes.
She be hitting. I remember
Listen.
slowly.
Every day,
Absolutely.
We on
period.
there.
Absolutely love it.
We need to tag her so she knows how much we love her.
Love,
For
okay?
sure.
Shit in it. That's
I mean, just, she still the show. I'd love to see my other thing next week.
What about you, Sakaéla? What you
My
got going on
thing,
over there?
I had posted something a little while back that I saw on Twitter, and I posted on Instagram because it matched my aesthetic. Then I found out where it came from, what it was. It's this big. The guy, his name is Blake, and it's very similar to Taufa, but it's different in that it has really dope sayings on it. So the one that gravitated to me was protect black women, and he's doing big things now. It's starting to grow, and it's just a dope brand. A black man putting out some really cool bags, nice accessories to come and make your fit looking nice, and it has just a really dope saying, and I love to see it. Like, it's
I've
killing the
seen
game.
that bag so many
It's so
times, and I
nice.
want it. I want every
I wanna
color,
know. Yes,
every shade.
It's so
Give
nice.
them to me when my money goes up, because it will. I'm buying it.
Period.
I need to get
Period.
one as well. They be hitting.
So I guess it's my turn. This week I am shouting out two people. You know me, I like to give people credit when it is due, and I just wanted to shout out Sketchy Rebel, who designed our cover artwork.
We love you.
It is so dope. She's so talented. So a little
Bro,
bit
she
about
slayed me, and I stand.
killed
Nailed
it.
it.
So I met Sketchy Rebel out in South Korea when I was doing the School of Rock musical, and we didn't know that she had this like ridiculous gift. Like, she's amazing, period. But yeah, she just created these amazing images, sketches of the cast, and we just gave it to us, and we were like, what? I bought it on a crew neck. I bought it on a t-shirt. I was just so amazed with all that she does, and she freaking killed it. So when I thought of the fact that we needed artwork, like a sketch, I was like, yo, I know somebody that can kill this. And what did she do? Killed it.
Killed it.
That's the one that did your thing?
Yes. The one that did
Yo,
my images
your
of
character.
Mrs. Shinekoff. Yes. She killed
That's
it.
lit. She is, I mean, obviously we know that she's dope because of this, but she's like really dope. Like,
Really, really dope.
wow.
shout out
I
to
didn't realize
her.
That's where you know her from.
Yes, and lastly, I want to shout out Dijon Simmons for Bermuda Palettes. He's the reason that we created these dope colors for our artwork. I love them, and they represent our beautiful island home, Bermuda.
ma'am.
So he takes images from different parts of Bermuda and then takes out the colors that are within that image and creates a palette that anyone can use for their creative purposes, and it's just super dope. So shout out to him for creating that space and for
honestly,
allowing us to use it for inspiration.
That's just one of the many great things he does. Like that guy.
One of the many. Listen,
Oh my god.
forever killing it. And it was his birthday the other day, so happy belated birthday
Happy
to him.
belated.
Yeah, man.
That's
His
just
dope
that's
as
just
hell.
like we haven't even scratched the surface of
Not
how dope that
even.
man is.
Like,
he'd be here all day.
when does he
Be
stop?
here
Like, you don't
opposite.
stop giving. Like, when does the creativity stop? It doesn't stop. It's just endless. So, shout out to him.
Yo, what's up? We're rolling into the ghetto now, cause it's
The
ghetto
ghetto.
over here. It be ghetto over here on these socials, man. Like I just all the time. Who wants to start? Who's seeing
Well,
some
I'm
ghetto
sure
stuff?
that everybody knows about the infamous interview that is going down tonight.
We chose the
Listen.
same thing.
Really?
Yes. Child.
Like,
Yes.
Twitter is in
Girl.
shambles.
England is ghetto for that.
Listen, I'm ready. I'm staying up.
I'm
It's
staying
gonna
up.
air here in the UK at 1 a.m. and
I will be
I'm
awake.
gonna have my little snacks. I'm gonna have what I need to have, and I'm gonna be watching
I
because
will
I'm
be
ready for
watching.
How
Megan
long is this?
and
'Cause
Harry.
I'm working
I think it might be an hour and a half or 2 hours.
I could do that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to get a nap in.
I can't wait.
Period.
Did
I'm watching
did
Megan
y'all
and
see
Harry
the
get them
tweets?
together.
The tweets of talking about Piers Morgan. It was this
Ugh.
this meme that
Let me
is Joe and you. It's like obsessed
Let me just
with
tell you
Megan.
something, Pierce.
I
Let me
didn't
tell you something,
realize
Piers
that he was
Morgan.
so obsessed with her.
I didn't either.
Get over yourself. Get over Megan. Get over Harry. Get over it. And stop your
my gosh.
nasty hate that
He
you
is
continue
such
to
a hater.
spew over this beautiful,
Beautiful couple.
regal, talented black woman. That man makes me so angry.
Yeah, he
He's so
ain't- he
angry.
really
Like,
should.
it's just so awful. How can he continuously just spew such hate about
Just
that beautiful
bash.
woman?
Like,
I don't understand. Like, what did she do to these people
What?
besides exist?
besides, I
Exist.
literally just be.
It just
Really?
always blows my mind that, like, I get racism, I get it. Like, I don't get it, but I understand it in regards to, I understand the meaning of it. But to see it come forth, like, and just know that people don't like me and us purely because our skin is darker is so weird. If you
Something
just sit
strong
and
with it.
process it, it does, like, it's...
It doesn't make sense.
Anyway.
It doesn't make
sick.
It makes
sense.
no
It's
sense.
sick.
And the fact that they try to pretend like it doesn't exist anymore, make it make sense, because you're still doing stuff like this in 2021.
In
I saw
2021.
I saw on Twitter, this girl was at this hotel for her anniversary, and she saw that they had a jazz club, so she wanted to make a reservation. And the lady looked at her and said, "Oh, it's sold out." And so she's like, "Okay." So she goes up to her room and calls to make the reservation when the lady can't see her, and she says, "Oh yeah, several tables available
Wow.
in 2021." But,
Just-
but racism ended.
Racism will never end.
Do
And
you
you
guys
treat a man
remember?
like this for...
I'm not sure of her name. Maybe one of you guys can let me know what it is. But the poet that spoke at the inauguration in the U.S. Amanda
Gosman. No, that's Gorman.
Yeah, Gorman, yes. She recently spoke out about the fact that she was going home. She was in her area of her apartment complex. I'm assuming that it's a great apartment, as it should be, Queen. A security guard followed her and questioned her about her entering the building because essentially he didn't believe that
she lived
she lived there. So she just put her fob out, opened the door, and then he walked away.
Like,
People are
It's the
exhausted.
entitlement for me, man. It's the, I don't understand how these people seem to just lack the ability to mind their business. Like, it's not hard, but it's like
really
they
not
are
hard.
they're physically
Exactly.
incapable, and they have
don't
this
understand
entitlement. Like, I have the right to harass you because I know based on just your external appearance that you don't belong here. Because I belong here, so you can't belong here because look at you. Make it make sense.
It's just wild. It's sick.
Another ghetto thing I just saw this today, is I guess, banned, we'll say, episode of Tom and Jerry, where they made Jerry,
Yes.
you saw it on Twitter today.
Yes.
Jerry put on blackface.
Jerry put on blackface. And they were
Jerry
even saying, like,
put on
he's already a
blackface.
brown mouse. Like, why
That's
did
what
you need to
I'm like,
make yourself darker?
you made a brown mouse put on blackface and fake a
What's his name?
southern
Honey
a
child?
southern
Really?
black woman's accent to escape this cat. Like, how much do you have to hate black people to do something so
In a
blatantly racist?
cartoon, bro.
It's already a brown mouse.
Like,
So why did, like, and then, like, the gray mouse, you know, the little gray mouse
The
that
baby
sometimes
mouse.
follows him around.
Yeah.
He put on blackface as well. That he was actually black. So Jerry, who was already brown, put on black. It was shoe polish. And it made him just darker. But the little gray mouse was actually black. And the, you know, the Aunt Jemima,
Yeah.
look, with the tie, they had that on. And he was Jerry came out walking, like, had a little booty.
yeah, like,
Because
I
that
just-
mimics the
the big
maid,
lips.
right?
They made
yeah,
exactly. What was her name? Mammy Two Shoes or something. I didn't like. I've
On
seen.
Tom and Jerry?
On Tom and Jerry, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That's the
Yeah.
maid that they impersonating. The maid that's in Tom and Jerry. Yeah. And I used to watch that show. I don't
I
know
used
if
to
that's
watch that
my age, but
religiously.
like,
I used to watch that
That's
show every
crazy.
morning,
everything is
and I've
problematic.
never seen this
That's what-
episode before. But they don't really air that episode anymore, probably because it's racist. So, like, the whole thing, like, you get these I want to call them ostriches because they like to stick their head in the sand. These people who try to pretend that racism doesn't exist anymore, like it was abolished with slavery, but things like it didn't go anywhere. It just changed its look. Like, what racism is a shapeshifter. It survives generations and just adapts. Oh, we can't openly be racist anymore. We can't come out and just call black men boy and just make them respect us. We don't have that kind of authority to be so blatant with it and be like.
but what you do is say the same thing in a
Just-
roundabout way.
yeah.
It's a lot more underhanded, but you say it, and it
We
has
can't-
the exact same context.
Exactly.
we can't
feel
call you
it,
nigger
we
to your
see it.
face, but it's implied.
Literally.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, I saw this. I don't know if it was it was on Snapchat, but people had posted it on Twitter, where it was like reverse racism. So they were in the workplace.
Oh, I saw that.
and
I
it was
saw
a
that
white guy there, and it
today.
was like, "What's so we're gonna welcome Tom?" He was like Tim. They were like Andrew. Like they.
It
It's
was
gonna-
really
It
brilliant.
was so funny, and it just makes it
It's
so
like,
much more like.
Do you
know,
put mayonnaise on everything?
whenever?
Everything?
It's just so
Madness.
stupid when you
Yeah.
see it. Like, if the roles
It
were
is.
reversed, look how stupid this sounds. So why do you think
It's
this
crazy.
is okay?
And it's the fact that I watched that and I could relate to the opposite
Other
of every
side.
single thing that they did because I've experienced it firsthand.
Oh
Me,
my
a
gosh.
33-year-old, like what? It's wild. Wild, absolutely disgraceful.
Literally disgusting.
Yeah, it's ghetto.
It's
Racism
ghetto.
is ghetto.
Period. Point blank.
Like, cut it out.
Oh
just
my
stop.
gosh.
Are you not
Please.
Leave us
embarrassed?
alone. How about that?
Please,
Leave us alone.
please.
Leave us alone.
Leave your
All right, guys. Now we're getting right into the thick of it. The Who Makes the Rule segment of the show, and it's my week this week. Where
Hey.
Hey, I'm taking the reins. So this week I wanted to talk about something that I tweeted this week that kind of got a lot of, not a lot, but it got some traction. I talked about the fact that when someone gives me a compliment, I have anxiety through the roof. Anyway, I posted something and someone gave me a compliment about what I said and how I inspire them, etc., so on and so forth. And when people do that with me, I see the comment, I close it out, I then have to process what was said, not open it, not look at the comment for at least an hour, and then come back and say thank you. Because the anxiety I feel when someone says something nice to me is unreal. So anyway, I tweeted that, and Gaynette Jones, who said nothing was wrong with me, you need to check out this book. She recommended Lovey, who I love. I don't know if you guys know Lovey.
From Jesus and Your Love.
From Jesus and Your Love, another podcast on her in these streets. And she told me about the Fair Fighter Manual. Listen, I listened to that book. I think I'm more than halfway through it right now. I'm listening to it on Audible. Sponsor us. Anyway, I think I listened to it and I am just taken aback. Because she talked about how we as women are always taught to be humble, to be respectful, to not brag, and to remain polite. If someone gives us a compliment, then we should, make sure we say thank you each and every time. We should give a compliment back, and we should not brag about ourselves in any right. We should just remain humble at all costs. And I'm just wondering, why were we raised like that? Who makes the rules on that? What is that about? Why is that a thing? What do you guys think?
We were just talking about this the other day, actually. When I was in high school, I had a teacher that used to say young ladies are to be seen and not heard. I've lost my train of thought. Somebody else go. Good grief.
I don't know, to be honest, why it is that we should be humble. But I still think it's the patriarchy. I think that it's because men have placed it in our minds that it needs to be, if you feel empowered, if you feel big, then it's like, who are you? It's me that's supposed to make you feel like this, not you making yourself feel like this.
But do you think it's necessarily a man thing? Because I know that as black women, I would say black women, we do that to each other as well. Sometimes we were she does a bit too much. I can be honest and say
True.
I've said that at times, she's doing too much, when someone is just killing it unapologetically and saying and doing what they want, and I've turned up my nose she needs to be humble, she needs to calm down. What is she doing? She's doing too much. But why?
Why?
But there's a difference between what is this? Is it you can be humble and still know that you are everything.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? There's a difference between
humility and arrogance. Yeah.
Yeah. You can know that you were killing it and still be humble and still accept a compliment.
Yes, without question. But my point is who says that because you are embracing all that you are, and letting people know yo, I'm her, I'm walking through these doors, I'm killing it, I do this, I do that, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to share it with you, no matter what, you are going to know. Why is that considered more on the, I'm not saying this is what you said, Chakara, but in general, why is that perceived as arrogance instead of just a bomb person telling people that they are bomb and just walking in their greatness?
I feel people just don't like to hear people be happy for them, you know what I'm saying? To just be, I'm proud of myself and I want to share it, because I feel like most times when someone feels a way about somebody else's accomplishment or somebody else feeling good about themselves, it's because they're dealing with something.
Right.
And they feel like, I need to project the fact that I don't feel like this right now, so you should also not feel like this right now. When it's or you could take this as something to look at and be like, wow, she's killing it. I could also kill it. Instead of look at it half full instead of half empty, which is what I be trying to learn to do sometimes. To not get in your own head. It's okay to be like, guys, I just hit 42K literally today though. It just came in my mind.
Congratulations.
It's okay to kind of hype yourself up instead of feeling like, well, let me not. No. Shout it to the rooftops. You work hard,
I think that's where I was going with the teacher that was young ladies are meant to be seen and not heard. So that somewhere along the way back there, it was drilled into your minds that you just have to be quiet. Just do what you gotta do and keep quiet. So like that makes you feel like, oh, let me not be so loud about what I'm doing. Just do what you do in silence. Like maybe let your work speak for you or something. Just keep quiet. Women don't get to say anything. Don't big yourself up. Just sit there and be humble. Let somebody else say that, or let somebody else come and recognize your work. And if and then you downplay it. Then you downplay it. Like somebody tells you, oh, you did a good job. And you're like, I tried. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Because I grew up, my mama always says self-praise is no recommendation. And I used to think that was fact. Like you, and plus my mama said it, so what my mama says is always fact. So I love you, mama. I'm not saying you're wrong. But in reality, like, yo, if I praise myself and I share what I'm doing and I'm telling you what I'm doing and it's bomb as hell, that is a great recommendation. Like, period. Like, who can... Why is that an issue? There should be no issue with that.
It's like a thin line between confidence and arrogance. You absolutely should give yourself a pat on the back if you did a great job. Even if you're the only one that recognizes that you did a great job, you deserve it. You deserve that pat on the back. You need to be the one that believes in you before anybody else does. Because if you don't believe in what you do, then how do you expect to convince anybody else that you've done a great job if you don't even believe it? So yeah, I don't know. I guess there's a thin line, but who decides where the line is?
That's my point. Who makes the rules on when arrogance becomes humility or humility becomes arrogance? Like,
yeah, at what point do you cross over from confidence to conceitedness? Where does it happen? And who decides that?
I think cockiness is obvious. Where you think...
Well, it depends on...
But at what point does it stop being confidence?
I don't know, but
is it less to do with the person and more to do with you? Not saying you specifically, but like, is it just how you perceive it? Maybe I'm just feeling fly and I want to talk about how amazing I look today, and I just say it all the time because maybe I'm struggling with my self-worth. But because you are feeling insecure in certain ways, you perceive it as me coming off as cocky. Like,
90% of the time, it's the person who has the problem that is the problem. Like, most of the time, it's the offended party who has the problem. Like, if I am minding my business, just, doing my own thing, encouraging myself outwardly, like, if I struggle with my body image and I decide to get up today and I look in the mirror and say, you look damn good today, and I post a picture in which I feel like I look good, I post that on the gram, and then somebody starts talking negative to me, they're the problem, not me.
Exactly.
I'm not cocky for telling myself I look good if I've been struggling my whole life with my body image.
And if you post a picture every day and you say the exact same thing, it doesn't change the fact that you are still doing the exact same thing, which is motivating yourself.
Yeah,
maybe we're just all haters.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
We're just all haters.
Maybe we were all raised to be haters.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
That's what.
And I can thoroughly speak for myself. Like, there have been so many instances where someone has shown up as themselves, are proud and bold in who they are, and because I've been so insecure and doubtful and have not been walking in my truth, that I've turned my nose up and said, she's too much, he's too much, they need to calm down, be humble.
This is
so facts. But do you think that can also come from, not saying it's Bermuda, but living somewhere where you're just around and you feel like where are you going?
I get what you mean. I get what you mean with that. But also, like, even how out here in London, like in my industry, I could say the exact same thing. When a person walks in and they know that they're talented and they're gonna kill it, they have a certain aura towards them, and people will talk and be like, why does she come off like that? Why does he come off like that?
Yeah, insecurities are universal. Small-mindedness can be found in any country in the world, any community, and truthfully, this is learned behavior. We tend to look down on people who live the way that we wish we could live. This is
That's it
this is the same thing we were talking about with the inappropriate thing. My picture on Instagram, the inappropriate caption and all of that. Like, you're just you don't project your insecurities onto other people. So just because, like you, Hallie, I used to be the type of person who would see somebody doing something or wearing something that I wouldn't feel comfortable in, and I would be like, oh, why she's wearing that? Why is she doing that? That's too much. She needs to cover up, But she doesn't. I need to sort myself out. Nothing anybody else does is any kind of reflection on you. It's a reflection of who they are, and people are allowed to be themselves, whether that rubs you the wrong way or not. Not everybody's going to be for you, and that's okay. But that doesn't mean that they have to stop being who they are to appease you.
Ciao.
That's it right there. Honestly.
That is facts.
I'm telling you, that is the truth. And I feel like that's a lot I can speak for us coming from a Christian background, growing up, well, you guys more so, grew up within a church setting, and learning those behaviors of inappropriate dress and people being too much and blah, 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 blah. Just having to unlearn all of these things is so imperative, I would say, I can speak for myself at least, to your personal growth, like, in order to get better, you have to unlearn how toxic you are. Sometimes we can be toxic, and yes, that's us, the Christians, the people in general, really. It's not really a Christianity thing, but yeah, I just thought it was interesting. So I'm gonna try and be less of a hater. I vow. Right hand up. Well, right hand up to Jesus. Right hand up to the powers that be. I am gonna work on that because it's not good. And who makes the rules?
And honestly, just recognizing that is really the first step, because we didn't know any better when we were doing that. We thought like that was that. I was gonna say that we thought that was normal, but that was normal for us. That was normal because we were taught that we have to look a certain way, we have to present ourselves a certain way. So anytime we saw somebody who wasn't fitting into that box that we were told that we were supposed to be in, we thought that they were doing it wrong. Right. But really, there is no right way to live.
There's no
Nobody
rules.
knows how to live. You come
Nobody
out and you
has
figure
it figured out.
Nobody has the answers.
Nobody knows what they're doing.
No one knows. Like, there's no rule book on how to live. Sure, there are guidebooks out there. Some might call the Bible a real book, but it's really a guidebook. Like, it's just a book of people
explaining their
back
stories
in the day
and
living life the own way, figuring it out. That's all anybody could do. Every person is different. There's no mold, because I'm not you. I can't live my life the way that you live your life. It can't. It just won't work.
And you shouldn't want to, quite honestly. You should want to walk your own path.
Exactly.
Enjoy your own journey.
And individuality is something that needs to be celebrated.
Period. All year.
If you don't know that you're being a hater, then you can't stop being a hater.
Exactly. So I say all this to say, take some time, evaluate yourself, get yourself together, and really sit and acknowledge when you have been a hater. Acknowledge your toxic traits so that you can be a better person for yourself and for everybody else, because your actions definitely affect the people that you surround yourself with. So yeah, I just wanted to bring that to the table. That was the topic. I want to know who makes the rules on all this foolishness. And it turns out that we don't know. And
Guess
that's usually the case.
You make the rules.
You!
For yourself. You can only make the rules for your own life. You decide how you're supposed to live, and that's it. You can't dictate. Once you establish your rules, once you establish your personal rules, you don't get to dictate how other people live their lives. Remember that.
You remember that you had that option for yourself, so you should give people the freedom to have that option for this. Have that option for themselves. Anyway, guys, I'm glad we talked about this. I think this was a great topic.
It was.
And hopefully let us know, you guys out there that are listening, please let us know your thoughts. We want to talk about your comments. So leave us a comment under, well, wherever you're listening to this podcast. Send us a DM. Send us any information that you want about your thoughts and feelings about this topic or any of the things that you heard today. And that's it. We killed another episode.
We did.
We did.
Sakaéla has had something in her eye for the last 15 minutes. And it's been amazing. So yeah, just rounding it back up to compliments. I am tired of feeling anxious every time someone tells me that I'm great and amazing. And I'm going to start acknowledging that I am great and amazing. So thank you in advance for all those lovely people that say lovely things to me. And when you see me on the gram talking about how great I am, don't be surprised, okay? Because I'm taking ownership for the amazingness that I am and walking in it without question.
Thanks
Guys,
for tuning
it's
in
been
again,
good to
guys.
see in your face. Maybe next week we can come and look normal and not have a beat face. That's all I'm saying.
You're the only one for beat
I can't
face.
make any promises. What if I want to film content?
Sakaéla show.
Odd life when you're just trying to be trying to match up, you know? I'm just trying to be as fine as my friends, that's all. And anyway,
guys. We will see y'all in the next one.
Check your luck.
Peace out.
Later.
Alright.
Some love.
bye guys.
Bye.